All right, fooling angel people, getting ready to watch Angel season 3, episode 10, I believe. Yeah, get ready to sync up with me. Five, four, three, two, one. Let's go.
Previously on Angel.
So we're gonna watch the Angel is his daddy episode now. I would imagine, and then he did. Yeah, so I mean, the baby was born. I mean, maybe he wasn't born, as in the action of being born. Is just that like his container disappeared around it. I don't know if that qualifies as a birth. This was cool. This was really cool. I wasn't expecting this. But you did. That's so interesting for the character of Holtz. Oh yeah, nobody has been here ever since the slaughter here. Yeah. Mm, that was me. Yeah. Have they ever used it? Lila? Who could it be? No, it's hi. Yes, they did. This is great. Uncle Lord. Mm, ew. I mean, getting injured immediately after being born, that's. It also was just born and got injured. Of course, he's fucking crying. Like, nice, nice aim, man. So, who are these people? Okay, so a bunch of cultists are just gonna come after us every day. Cool. Of course. This whole like prophecy thing is something that like I don't know what to make of it. It's just like here's a baby, and like Angel has a baby and becomes a dad storyline is already like enough to like it be on itself like the main course, I suppose. Darla just died also. This is all very important, and then on top of that, there's this like cult thing and this prophecy thing, and I don't know what to do with that. It's just like one. It's like one thing too much for me, you know. But of course, I'm sure like we're gonna develop it as we go along, and it's gonna start making sense eventually. But right now, it's just all vague, and I don't know what to do with it. Not that he can understand, it's a baby. He's. Do you? He's so focused on the baby, he's not. He doesn't care what what he's doing to anyone else. Frank? He's, Mama Bear is apt, actually. Nice transition. That's true. Okay, so are these people with the cult then? They're enjoying a nice meal. They have their big cups. Did it poison them? Oh my god. Holtz is such a cool, interesting antagonist. It just we're Willow now. What the fuck? Do we have magic computers now? Hmm? Are you just trying to have the baby come to the bottle instead of just giving the baby the bottle? His face. I don't know. The TARDIS materialized. Oh, oh, we have a protection spell. Well, we have to stay. Nothing can get in or out, you said. So we're gonna take the baby into the sewers. Hmm. Good question. Oh, they still have the. There would be no birth. I mean, was he born? Yeah, yeah. She dematerialized around the baby. I would say like that's a lawyer ass loophole. I love how like we have so many prophecies in this show, this and Buffy, that are just just loopholes on technicality, and it's just like the opposite happens. That's really what you want to do whenever you have like a prophecy or some kind of predetermination shit. It's like, well, technically speaking, only if he has real good sex though, or he takes drugs that one time. Yeah, it's annoying. He's trying so hard. Maybe he's afraid of Teddy. Have you thought about that? Could do something goofy. Oh, singing. Lauren? Oh, he can hear the singing now. Of course. That's nice. I like that. I like that perspective. Is it gonna work? There's a really funny out of context scene. Look at this fucking goober. That one worked? Huh. Interesting. So why is that? I mean, is it because, Darla the mother was a vampire? Or something about, seeing into his father's true nature and accepting it for what it is, kind of thing? I don't know. Just like hmm, I was expecting more. There we go. That's what I was thinking. It's like a giant room. It's just a room full of shit. Julia Cooper. Who is she? Obituary. Oh, so right, should be a vampire. Somebody taken back from the dead. But she's in sunlight, so not a vampire. Something else. Or she faking her own death. Who knows? I mean, you're looking for someone specifically. Why though? If you're looking for someone, it should be someone that you know from your past or your angel's past. Well, how would you know that? But you are in sunlight. Okay. Okay. You're trying to He's trying to round up a group of people with personal deep investment into the vampire hunting mission. He doesn't want random guys for hire. He wants people that have a deep connection to the mission. Those are the people that are going to go in and are going to matter in the real fight against Angel. Oh my god, this guy. Colt is on a different level. I can't believe this guy. Jesus. Admiring, appreciating. Lorne is so good. That was such good advice. Do you even need to sleep? That's true. Show you the work that everyone else has put in or something. Oh, the sunlight. That's good. That's good. Lots of meaningful. I'll just burn to death. And then what? Becoming a martyr doesn't help anybody. What's he gonna do the day after that? Still needs a dad. So that humming's gonna. Oh, he can hear the cameras. He can hear the transmission going out. Shit. Everybody's here. All right. Cool. We have so many people here that don't even care about the like cult shit. They're just like, oh, this is just interesting. We want to get that child's bones. Cool. There's gonna be some kind of solution that is. There's gonna be some kind of solution that is not gonna be fighting them. I don't know what it would be. Hose. Oh, she knows. Well, that fits. She knows everything. It's my job. Hell yeah. Hmm. Yeah. She's cool. I like her. This is great. Mhm. He's he's like her watcher. That's funny. I am going to use you. She wants it. She wants to be the instrument of vengeance. That's literally all she cares about. Is it just going to be her? I don't know if I like that more or less than if it were like a couple more people. I kind of like the idea of him forming a team of like really developed like vampire hunters. But maybe it's cooler if it's just her. That gives her more screen time, which I like. Also, it's like he's starting his own like it's like he's adopting a new daughter. That's probably the way it's gonna develop. That'll be fun. That's gonna be fun actually. I kind of like that. They're just gonna fighting each other. Yeah, yeah. They're just yeah. I mean that's good for us. The thing is that Wolfram and Hart knows that they can go through the sewers, so they're gonna be waiting there. Maybe he's putting a show on for the cameras because he realized that they're there. Maybe that's me being too hopeful, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's like the twist. That's what he said. I heard you. Let's see how much faith can we have in it? Yeah, Alpha Team is gonna go into the sewers, and then he went into the janitor closet, didn't he? And he's hiding there. and then he's gonna come back and help everyone win the fight. That's what I like to hear. Never mind, I was having too much faith in him. Or maybe not. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the show wants to do. Oh, there goes the force field. What weapons are you guys? What is Wesley wielding? Is it a flamethrower? Like, what is it? Hell yeah. Girl, did you want to be an actress? Did you come here for Hollywood? Found them. What's wrong with your face, man? Can't they sense that that's where it is? It was just burn. Hi. I guess the flamethrower is real effective. Okay, so they are actually just going after Angel now. They're ignoring them. We like we literally just stood here and burned up like four guys. That's all we did. We didn't really fight or stall anybody. Transitions. Whoa! That was a crazy transition. The Mojave Desert. What's what was your plan here, man? Yeah, it's just a weird, complicated one, but you know. I like that he's like, I'm not afraid of like the fighting. I'm good at solving those like practical problems. I don't know what to do about all the like questions that you're gonna give me at some point in life. You know? Do you have a plan, man? Or is it just we're just running away for no reason? Like, what? Also, like, you shouldn't be doing all of this like running and driving and getting like getting your car ran into while you have a baby. That's not a real baby. That's a decoy. That's a decoy. That's not a real baby. The real baby's in the janitor room. That's my cold shot. He trusted them. It's a bomb or something. I hope it's a bomb. He just where yeah. Let's fucking go. All right, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's good. That's good. All right, that's good. He trusted them, left the baby in care of them, and then just went and got himself exploded. Lorne figured out that's okay. I see. You fell for it. We don't have to worry about all those people trying to get the baby anymore. We don't know how he made it. Yeah, we don't know how he time traveled, but you know. Oh, holy shit! That's fun. I like that. Thought about it. Connor. Okay. Geraldo Angel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's something kind of cute of the entire gang coming together and like becoming a family. We already kind of were a family, but not really, you know. But now that is bonding over this kid, everyone wants to take care of this kid. It kind of really makes it feel like a real family. Here's the dad. Here's a couple of weird uncles and weird aunts. Fred kind of feels like an older sister almost. It's it's kind of cute. They're doing the cool walk that they do in the intro, but with the baby. Yay! All right, that's the episode. That's cool. Kind of a cute episode. I thought that the move that he did to deceive everybody, that was very clever. Like, so it was like a step further than what I thought, because what I thought was that he would just not leave the building. Then Wolfram and Hart would have sent people into the sewers expecting him to be there, and then he wouldn't be there. And then he would instead go through the hotel and help everybody else out. And that's like the deception of it. But no, it was like further than that. It was like, I am going to go into a janitor closet, which like, I thought that was a weird line. And in my head, I already like intuited that the janitor closet would be the only safe spot from like the cameras, because I thought like, why would you put a camera into the janitor closet? But no, Lauren literally figured it out, and he gave him a note, and he was like, we're being spied on, go to the janitor closet. And then Angel put up a plan together that was like, I am going to leave my baby in the janitor closet. I'm going to trust that my friends are going to take care of him. And I am going to go and do this whole reckless plan that I said I would do. And then it turns out that I'm not doing it. Instead, it's a decoy, and I'm going to bomb everyone else. Now, I don't know where Gunn got a bomb from of that magnitude. He also got a flamethrower and a bunch of crazy shit. I don't know what kind of people Gunn knows, but sure, man. I mean, his name is Gunn, so hell yeah. But sure, that was cool. That was really cool. I really like that, because I also liked it because, of course, the struggle of the episode seems to be that Angel is extremely overprotective over his son because of everything that is happening around him and around the circumstances of his birth. I don't blame him for it. But everybody keeps telling him, like, I like Lauren's, Lauren told him, like, hey, the baby keeps crying, and it's like, okay, why do you think the baby's crying? And it's because you're so wound up about everything. You're so stressed out. You keep trying to do this mission. And, like, of course the baby's not going to like that, because the baby can feel what you feel. Humans are empathetic in that way. And if he sees you just stressing out, trying to do something, of course the baby's going to be stressed out. You need to relax. You need to just sit there and appreciate and enjoy and just watch the baby. You're watching him in the sense of like, okay, what do I have to do next? What do I have to do? And Lauren is just like, dude, just look at him. Angel is telling him like, hey, how am I not supposed to feel stressed or under the circumstances that we're on? And Lauren is like, you just had a baby, man. Just look at him. And it's like, that's the first time that Angel is actually having a moment of like, I am finally like sitting down, staring at this baby, and I'm like, this baby's actually like a person, right? It's a person, and I'm noticing, I'm not noticing, but I'm realizing like how beautiful that is. And then he finally starts to calm down. And when he starts to calm down, the baby comes down. And not only that, the baby comes down whenever Angel shows the vampire face, which is interesting. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I gave a couple of like reasons maybe, and I can think of something. You know, it could just be like, because Darla was a vampire and is reminiscing of Darla in some kind of weird way, even though the baby never saw Darla. I mean, the baby only saw Darla, but he didn't know that was Darla. That was just a container to him. I don't know. Can babies see when they're in the womb? Are their eyes like able to be open? I don't know. I don't know enough about babies. It could also just be the fact that like, you know, Angel feels good enough to like show his true nature without fear or anything. And the baby can sense that like, okay, this is my dad's true nature. And that's not something that I'm rejecting in any way. It's just something it's just a fact of the world. And I'm chill with it. I'm chill and that's chill and we're both chill. It could just be something like that. That's fun. However, then Cordelia is like, we all gotta take care of this baby. You know, you have to accept whenever we're trying to help you out. And Angel's like, no, I'm gonna do it all myself. And it's like, my guy, you can't go outside. You know, like you're gonna burn to death. And the angel is like, if my baby needs to go to the hospital at the middle of noon, the baby's gonna get there. I'm gonna die in the process, but the baby's gonna get to the goddamn hospital. And it's like, you don't have to become a martyr to help your baby. You can just tell your friend that you trust, hey, take the baby to the hospital, and then tomorrow we can still take care of the baby. Like, we don't have to die on a mission just to get to the baby somewhere, and then tomorrow, the day after that, the baby no longer has a dad. It's like, my God, you don't have to sacrifice yourself. You can just trust one another. You can just trust the person that's next to you. And that is what Cordelia is telling him. You have to trust us. We want this baby to be okay. We're going to take care of this baby. But Angel is like being extremely overprotective. And I do like that at the end, like that he comes around in a way that is, is deceiving the audience for the cool reveal, which I like. But it is, I also like already expected that because Angel was doing something that felt so selfish. And Cordelia was like, oh, so you didn't listen to a word I said earlier, huh? And Angel said, I don't remember what he said, but he was like, I listened. Like, I heard. Like, he actually, like, did hear about it. And if he hadn't thought about it, he wouldn't have replied that way. So that made me think, like, okay, this is deception in some way. And it was. Which was great. But it was done in such a way that I loved it. Because, like, when he's, like, alone in the mines and he has nowhere to go, I'm like, the baby's a bomb. The baby's a bomb. This would solve all of the problems if the baby was a bomb. I don't know where the fuck you got a bomb from, but it would be a bomb. And then he was like, here's the baby catch. And he just tossed it at them. And I'm like, okay, that's a bomb. That's a bomb. That's a bomb. And it was funny because, like, it's like deceiving the audience in, like, a funny way. Because he's talking to the baby as he's driving the car. And, like, he looks to his side as if he was talking to the baby, you know? And it's this thing of, like, you're just doing that on purpose. Because, like, there is no baby, and he would know that. And there is nobody he's trying to deceive there other than us. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, okay. Angel learned to trust his friends. I like how it was kind of cute how it feels like we became a family, right? Like, we already kind of were this kind of family, but it was more so in, like, a found family kind of situation, you know? Where we are co-workers and we're just kind of figuring shit out, and through a bunch of difficulties that we have to face together, we kind of become like a weird family. And we had a lot of family issues and stuff previous season, but you know, it's something that we kind of just moved past. But this feels like it's kind of cementing the gang as a family, weirdly enough, in a way that happened like a little bit on Buffy, but not so much with Dawn. Dawn didn't really feel like everybody is like coming together like, oh, we have to take care of Dawn. But there is an element to that, you know? Like when Buffy died, Willow and Tara was like, okay, we're going to move in with Dawn. We're going to take care of her. Spike cares about Dawn, is trying to take care of her. So like there is an element of like people bonding over Dawn and giving her care because they care. They like Dawn matters, right? And she is just like a 15-year-old, and it's like, okay, she needs someone to be there for her. So that's cool. But it's nothing like this. This is a baby that was just born, and it feels like everybody in the cast just became an uncle and an aunt. Maybe like an older sister for Fred. I don't know why, but Fred does have older sister vibes, you know? A good older sister. Like a very caring one. So it does feel like the entire gang just became a family over this bond that they have towards this baby. You know, like the gun literally rolls in with this baby carriage stroller. That's the word for it, I think. He walks in with this stroller, and everyone's like, hell yeah. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's so fun. Angel named the baby too. His name is Connor. Kind of a, I mean, no offense. Kind of a, how do I put this? Generic ass white kid name. Generic ass white boy. I mean, but it is a white boy. It's so like, what am I supposed to say there? I don't know. Are you supposed to be expecting something more, I don't know, theological in any way? Maybe there is something of a root origin for Connor that is kind of cool in that way, but I don't know about it. I should look that up at some point. Yeah, fun fun episode. I like that. I do like the idea that like everybody and their mothers just showed up and was like, okay, we're gonna get this baby. And it's like, because there's this like prophecy thing going on. There are this like kidnappers and vampire hunters or whatever that are just in here because hey, like we want to have a rare baby. There's these people that showed up that is like, yeah, we make like potions out of babies, and this is a weird baby, so that would make a fun potion. What would a vampire baby be like? Oh damn, that's spicy. We gotta figure that shit out. And it's like, okay, we have so many groups that are just showing up for no reason, and I do think that's a fun idea. Okay, we're gonna talk about Holtz and Justine. So Justine Cooper, I would imagine. Okay, so I am really enjoying Holtz. And I already said that like 1 episode ago. Holtz is cool. But he's really cool here because God, like, Holtz might be the coolest, like, antagonist that we have had in the entire Buffyverse so far. Like, that's where I'm at with Holtz. And I when I say coolest, I mean coolest. Because, you know, like, the Master was fun. I think the Mayor had something very interesting going on with Faith, and he was kind of fun as well. I like Lindsay for how dumb and, like, not dumb, but, like, how complicated the relationship was with Lindsay and Angel, and how, like, silly it got, and how much he flip-flopped, you know? And I do like Lila for how... I said this word before, but she's kind of pathetic in like a weird, like, she keeps making choices that are bad for her life. And I'm sitting here like, what are you doing, girl? And it's just like she's trying to prove something to someone, but I don't know to who. So that's what's going on with Lila. And I kind of like that about her. I kind of really, really like that about her. That is a fun character to me. But Holtz is cool as fuck. Holtz has this like vendetta against Angel and Darla because of what they did to him. That makes complete sense. He also had to kill his own daughter who was a vampire, and he did so in a manner that felt very heartless, but it's also very realistic. Of course, he becomes this vendetta, this walking ball of nothing but like regret and vengeance. So that is the kind of character Holtz is. He shows up, and when he has the chance to kill Angel, he doesn't, because Angel is just holding a baby, and he hesitates. He's like, what am I supposed to do here? And he did say like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make them suffer, but then he doesn't. And that is something that the guy that hired him keeps bringing up. It's just like, you keep seeing all of this shit, but like, I haven't seen you do jack shit yet. It almost feels like Holtz is delaying, like he's trying to build up to some kind of like climax of like, you know, like, don't worry, I'm building it up so that at some point I'm gonna make him hurt and suffer, and it's gonna be the worst thing you can possibly imagine. But then it sounds like he's just delaying just killing him because he wavered. Maybe his conviction has been wavered based on what we see, because he now knows that Angel is actually a creature with a soul that has a son. And it's like, what? And Darla also committed suicide for a baby. It's like, what? Like that. How does that make any sense? So maybe he's wavering a little bit, but it sounds like he's trying to convince himself that he hasn't. And I'm not sure if that is what's going on. Maybe he is just building it up so he can make like a giant, like, awful finale where he just murders Connor in front of Angel and it's just horrible or whatever. Like, that could happen. But to me, it feels like Holt is, like, he cannot admit to himself that he wavered. So he keeps trying to justify it. And he is going around and doing some other shit, and namely, trying to get Justine on board. And let's talk about that, because I think that that's really fun. Because he has this, like, demon posse that was hired for a 2-week contract. And they're sipping on their big gulps and stuff. But Holtz is like, I can't do with these guys. Like, guys, goons for hire. Like, what are they going to do for me? They don't really do anything. And so what he does is that he wants to get people with conviction. How does he manage that? He goes and checks out the obituaries on the internet. He sees who was killed recently. He sees, okay, this woman died clearly by vampire because she was like exsanguinated. So then he looks for the closest relative he can find. He stalks her and it's like, okay, you have lost control of your life. You go out drinking and partying. You don't want to think about what happened because your sister was killed and you're clearly grieving. So I am going to, or like he can yeah, he probably figured out that the reason why she's out all night every day is because she's killing vampires. So he's like, okay, no, you know things. You are trying to become a vampire hunter. Guess what? I have a mission for you. We're gonna kill the biggest, baddest vampire of all of them, and you're gonna be like my protege. You're gonna be my pupil. We're gonna do this together because he doesn't want a crew of goons that are just in it for the money. He wants people with true, real conviction that comes from the heart. And that's why he sicked out this person specifically. That is like next level recruitment. Because like the way I see it is like I'm always like looking at it from like a video game perspective of like you could have a bunch of like random goons that don't matter. Or you can grab a real character with real depth, with like real character design. She looks cool as fuck. This redhead with a lead jacket, that's awesome. And you can grab her and look at the potential in her and say like, you're gonna be a boss fight. Like you are gonna be someone that whenever she is fighting Angel or fighting anybody, she is going to be someone that really truly matters. And that doesn't apply just on like a weird pseudo power scaling level. It's just like no. In terms of like whenever we're looking at characters on the screen, we're gonna be seeing someone that matters. We're gonna be following Justine and try to figure out what Justine's deal is, and she's going to matter. And whenever she's fighting one of our main cast, we are gonna be looking at it from like a climactic perspective of like, I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna feel sad for whoever loses because you're kind of rooting for Justine on some level because you can see the person she is and how she got to be here. And Holtz is like, I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna shape you into a weapon. And she's like, yes, I want to be a weapon because I want to kill vampires. And you feel, I also feel bad for Holtz because like, it's fucked up what happened to Holtz. You understand why he is the way that he is. But this takes me to like the next layer, which is, I mentioned the mayor and Faith earlier. I'm looking at this and I think that Holtz just adopted a new daughter. Like that's almost the way I'm looking at it. And they're not going to realize that that's what's happening. But I'm looking at it, looking into the future, and I can see a moment where like Justine or Holtz, they're going to get like badly injured or something and maybe even killed. And the person that is left is going to be like, no, I cared about you. And it's a moment where like their bond that they formed is actually going to come through and it's going to matter. It's going to really, really matter. And like, this is also what I was saying about Holtz, is that it feels like he's delaying actually having to make the choice of killing Angel. But I could say that Holtz is just this heartless motherfucker. And I do think he's cold as fuck. But I also think that maybe on some level, that maybe he doesn't even realize he saw Justine and he felt a fondness to her, you know? And it's a fondness that he hasn't had in forever, ever since his family was killed. Like, you know, and maybe that is really what this episode is about. Because it is an episode about family and about fathers. That is what Holtz is becoming to Justine. Maybe that's what it shows up in this episode, is because thematically it fits. It's an episode of Holtz, like Angel is forming his family and Holtz is also forming his family. In adopting a weird punk daughter with a thirst for blood and vengeance. Hot. So I think that's gonna be really cool. Dude, Holtz is so cool. Every episode he becomes cooler. And now I'm locked in for Justine as well. I don't know what her deal is gonna be, but right now what I saw immediately was really cool. And like it really felt like for a moment, it really felt like Justine was the Slayer and Holtz was like her Watcher. It felt that way. Like I don't know why Holtz reminded me of Buffy's first Watcher. I don't know when because we saw him in the fake movie that didn't happen. We saw him in that movie. But I think we also saw Buffy's first Watcher in like one flashback in the real show. And I don't know why, but Holtz, as we see him right now, kind of reminds, like, just the look of like this like almost kind of shorty guy, and he's wearing this like trench coat and something like that. Like I think Buffy's first Watcher kind of looked like that. So I'm looking at Justine in the graveyard.png set that we always have for every episode of Buffy, and it's just like holds this guy in a trench coat. It's like I'm watching Buffy. This is Buffy right now, except it's Justine. Honestly, I like Justine more than I like Buffy. Just conceptually, just looking at the character design and the original idea, I like Justine as just like like weapon for vengeance. I think that's a fun starting point for a character. So just in like a character sheath kind of situation, I like Justine a lot more than I would like, middle to high school girl who is just kind of trendy and she now has to be a superhero. I think that is a funny idea concept. I think I prefer the grittiness, the edginess of whatever Justine has going on right here. I like that. And that's why it also fits more that she's an angel and Holtz is an angel. The complexity of this is so cool. Damn, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the future. Angel's good. The show is good. I like it. Okay, that was a good episode. I like that episode. I'm running out of time here, so I think I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for tuning in for that episode of Angel. Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye, everybody. Take care.